Good morning, everybody. Welcome to class. Today we're going to focus on taking a posture of openness and of heart-centeredness in the face of adversity. So in these very uncertain times, it's very easy to regress into a place of fear and distrust. And the work for today is seeing if by meeting ourselves in the moment, we can find a little more openness, more calmness, and we can greet challenges with a sense of trust and allowance of what is coming. So let's get started. I'm going to take a tall seat. Let your hands come down to your knees and allow your eyes to close. And take a moment to check in with yourself. What are you bringing to the mat today? And there's no right answer. We're making space for whatever is here right now. A little trick for allowing is to picture yourself as a child. So if there's sadness, grief, fear, anxiety, comfort yourself as you would a child. All of these things are allowed. All of these things are reasonable. Let it be there. Check in with your physical body. Do you feel tension? Are you tired? Do you feel good? Whatever it is, allow it to be there. It is what it is. We don't have to change. Stay really rooted through your hips. Get long through the sides of your body. Inhale, float your arms up to the sky overhead. Reach up through the fingertips. Pull your belly in. And then exhale, take your hands down through heart center. Stay tall. Start to turn to the right. Twisting, twisting, twisting. Take your left hand to your right knee and take the right fingertips to rest behind you on the floor. It's a gentle twist here. Use your inhale to sit up a little taller. And an exhale to go a little deeper into your twist. You'll play with that a couple more times. Inhale to rise, come to center, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So slowly, slowly finding your twist, like you're walking up a staircase, moving from the bottom of the spine up through the upper back. The neck goes last. Crossing that right hand to the left knee, left fingertips press down behind you. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to soften into your twist. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale to center. Take shoulders up to your ears, circle them back and drop them down. 2 more like that. Good. You're going to pick up your knees and take your legs out into a V. It doesn't have to be a big V, but it can be. really tall through the spine. Flex your feet, reach out through your heels, and then walk your fingertips forward, coming into a forward fold. You come as far as you need to feel the stretch, never to the point of pain. Let your jaw relax. Press into your hands, walk yourself up, pull your legs in, and let's find our way into a child's pose. Take the knees far apart on your mat, toes touch, let the hips drop toward the heels, and then walk your hands forward. Take your forehead to the mat. Breathe here. Stay where you are. Feel the sensation of that forehead grounding on the mat. If it doesn't touch, you're welcome to take a pillow off your couch and place your head on that. And just feel the sensation of the hips really grounding down and the head grounding down and the hands pressing down, making contact with something solid. Feel the support of the ground below you. Feel the breath moving into the back body. From here, inhale, rise up, walk your knees in so they're underneath the hips, tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift the heart and lift the tail. Feel the shoulder blades draw together on the back and then down toward the waist. And then push the floor away and come into the opposite shape with the spine. So tailbone tucks under, chin tucks in, and puff up between the shoulder blades. Not holding your breath, letting it flow through you. And then one more of each. So inhale, coming back into your cow shape. Shoulder blades pulling down the back. And then exhale into your cat. Inhale, come to neutral spine and find your way into a downward facing dog. So again, stay as you are in downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs a little bit. If you've been at home, which I gather you have been, you may have been sitting a lot, so those hamstrings might be feeling tight. Pedal out the feet. Shake the hips side to side a little bit. Bring some movement into the lower back and into the legs. Press the floor away, reach your hips way back. And you can bend your knees as much as you need in order for this pose to be comfortable. From here, I want you to float your right leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. You can stay here or bend through the right knee and open up the hip. So the right knee reaches up toward the sky and the right foot is reaching over to the left. Big stretch to the front of the right hip. Reach straight back through the right leg. Place the foot down, we'll come right to the other side. So take left leg up to the sky. You can stay here or bend through the knee and open up the hip. Keep the right shoulder lifted and buoyant. The breath still moves through you. Reach back through the left leg, place it down on the ground. Look forward, bend your knees, and really slowly walk your feet up to the top of the mat, coming into a forward bend. When you get to the front of your mat, feet are hip distance apart, and let yourself fold over the legs. Let the head really hang down. Feel your heels grounding into the floor. Again, bending your knees as much as you require for this to feel nice. Take your hands to your hips, roll your shoulders on the back, press through the feet, and rise up. We'll take a moment in this pose here, so feet are hip distance apart. Let the shoulder blades sink down the back and take your palms to open. This pose, Tadasana, it seems easy, and it is easy, but allow yourself to really ground through the feet, and from that strong foundation, let yourself grow a little bit taller. So suddenly there's a little more effort in the pose. And as the shoulders slide down the back, let the collarbones broaden, shine out through your palms. And allow yourself to feel strong and alive in this posture. Spread through the fingers, spread through the toes. Press to the feet, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, dive forward, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, lift forward through the heart. And then exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Take your left knee to the ground and rise up. Hands come to the front thigh. Feel the front of your belly lift, reach your tailbone to the ground. Feeling that stretch at the front of the left thigh, you can stay right there or you can come a little bit deeper. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and float your arms to the sky. Inhale to get a little taller, to lift the heart. Slide your elbows down. Feel the elbows pull toward the back body, lift the heart. Hands to the floor. Look forward, lift the back knee, step forward, and bow in. Root through the heels. Try to lift your tailbone a little higher. And then pick up the right foot, shoot it to the back of the mat. Right knee grounds down and rise up, hands to the front thigh. So set up your lower lunge here, front of the belly lifting, tailbone down to create a big stretch at the front of the right thigh. Left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Sink down a little deeper, arms to the sky. Reach up evenly through both arms, especially that right one. Slide the elbows down, lift the heart, shining, open with the heart. Hands to the floor, step back to a plank. Pause here. Push the floor away. Reach out through the crown of your head. Take the knees down. Lower down. Roll the shoulders onto the back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, press down through the tops of the feet. Baby cobra. So there's no weight in my hands here. I'm using the strength of my back to keep me lifted. Ground through the pubic bone to lift a little bit higher. One last inhale. Exhale, bow down, tuck the toes, push up onto your knees. Downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, pull the leg forward and place it down between your hands. The back knee stays lifted this time. Feel your right hip draw back, your left hip draw forward. Pull your belly in nice and strong. Start to float your fingertips away from the mat. And we're going to take our torso in line with our back leg and then shoot our arms straight forward. So you're sort of on an angle here. Feel your inner left thigh lifting. Keep scissoring the inner thighs toward one another, and then rise up. Hands to the floor, plank pose. You can be on knees here. Let's do one more inhale breath. Exhale, lower down. Tops of the feet press down, roll the shoulders onto the back. This time press into your hands, rising into a cobra. Lower down. You can push up onto your knees or just straight up. Use an inhale. Downward facing dog. Let's step left foot to the top of the mat. Left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Feel the belly pull in, legs working, belly working, floating up. Torso in line with the back leg, arms in line with the torso. Float up. One last inhale. And exhale down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, let's float forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Tops of the feet to the ground. I'm going to take your arms back beside you, plant the palms down, take your forehead to the ground. Walk your feet toward one another. Really press down through the toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades on your back. And then inhale, rise up, just through the torso. Keep pressing down through the hands, pressing down through the feet, and get long through the back of the neck so you're reaching out through the crown of the head. Press your breath into the floor. Inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, take your forehead to the floor and relax everything. Walk your feet together. Press your pubic bone into the ground. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades on the back and lift up through the torso. Keep pressing through your pubic bone. My bum is really squeezing here. Try to lift your feet up off the ground. Try to lift your thighs up off the ground. Lift your hands away from the ground. Spread out through the fingertips. Spread out through the toes. And hold here for 5, 4, 3. Squeeze your legs toward one another. 2, 1. Feet down. Take your hands underneath one cheek and just look to the side. You can bend your knees and windshield wash the legs back and forth. And let's do that again. Legs down, walk them toward one another. Take the hands beside you on the floor, forehead down. Press the pubic bone down, squeeze the shoulder blades on the back, lift the heart, lift the legs, lift the hands. And you can stay here, or you can reach the arms forward in space, palms can face each other. Lift everything a little higher. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Hands come together, turn to face the other way, and let the whole body relax. Windshield the legs if that felt nice the first time. Child's pose. Inhale, look up. You're going to come up onto your knees. And let's actually come onto our bum and reach the legs out in front of you. So for the next pose, you might want a yoga block available or any pillows. You can just grab them off your couch or wherever to support you a little bit, and then a lot of you won't need the support. So this is half hero pose. I want you to take the flesh underneath your butt, pull it back so you feel very stable on the floor here. We'll do the right leg first. Draw the right foot in toward you. Pick up the foot and pull the leg back and around. So my heel is right beside my hip now. Big stretch for the front of the foot, front of the calf. So this is the point that you would want to put something underneath your bum if the knee doesn't like that, for example, or if it just feels way too stiff at the front of the leg. My left leg is really working here. I'm reaching out through the left heel, rooting through the left inner thigh. If you're already feeling a lot of intensity from this pose, you can stay here. Or if you can, we're going to pull the stretch into the quad. So start to walk the hands back behind you. And you can come down to wherever you feel the stretch. Some people might need to come onto elbows. Left leg still active. And you might come down to your back as well. Whatever feels right. Stay as you are. This pose might feel challenging. It might feel sort of intense. Let's take this as an opportunity to try to stay calm when we feel discomfort. So let the body rest wherever it can. If you're tensing something that doesn't require being tensed for this pose, then let that soften. Let your jaw relax. Bring your awareness to the sensation you're feeling. And ask yourself, what is harder to deal with? The sensation itself or my reaction to the sensation? And there's no right answer to that. Just be curious. And let's slowly come out of this pose. So wherever you are, bring yourself all the way back up. The right leg is going to come back forward and just shake that out. Do a counter stretch by pulling your toes toward you. Let's do the other side. So find that tall seat once again, starting off with a really good foundation. Pull the left leg in, and then pull the leg back and around. Inner right thigh is grounding down. Reach out through the right heel. This side might feel very different than the last. So take your time sort of exploring where you need to go into this pose in order to feel the work happen. And the longer you hold the pose, you might feel like that frees up a little bit of space and you can slowly come a little bit deeper. But we're not forcing, just meeting ourselves where we're at today. Notice if your mind wanders and where it wanders to. Especially if you find yourself worrying or ruminating here, being gentle with yourself, guide your awareness back to the sensation in your body. And slowly find your way back up. Take that left leg out, shake it out. Cross the legs, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Spin the back heel to the ground, finding your way into warrior two. So in your warrior two, the back foot is turned out 90 degrees and settle deeply into the right knee. I'm squeezing my right buttock under, feeling very strong. Exalted warrior, left hand slides down the left leg, right arm to the sky, palm faces behind you. Big stretch to the right side of the body. Inhale, rise up, straighten the front leg. Right hand can come to the right shin, or the right fingertips can come to the floor. Left arm to the sky. Triangle pose. Left shoulder rolls onto the back and open your heart to the left side of the room. Look down, bend through the front knee, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Step through. Back heel down, warrior two. Give yourself a real challenge here. Bend through the front knee more deeply. And then, though there are demands being placed on our body right now, see if you can find the most calm possible. So let your shoulders relax and then beam out through your fingertips, showing up for this pose in the best way you can. Not knowing when we're going to get out of the pose. but knowing that we'll make it through. Stay deeply bent through the front knee. Exalted warrior, right hand down the back leg, left arm to the sky. Inhale, float up. Straighten the front knee, triangle pose. Left fingertips to the floor, to the shin, right arm to the sky. Allow the heart to open by drawing the right shoulder back in space. Nice. Look to the ground. Bend through the front knee. You're going to take the right hand to the right hip, press through the left foot, and actually just rise up. Turn the left toes in. So now the feet are parallel. Let the shoulder blades come down the back, relax through the shoulders, reach up through the crown of the head. You're going to start to slide the hip creases back in space and come into a forward bend. Fingertips to the ground and allow the head to just release toward the floor. Inhale, lift up halfway and walk the hands so they're just underneath the shoulders. Let's take the right hand, so it's right underneath the face. I'm going to be opposite to you now. Right hand underneath the face, and take the left hand to the left hip. I'm going to start to roll that left shoulder onto the back so you're opening up to the left. Keep pressing into the floor, and if it feels good in your body, take the left arm to the sky. You can look up toward the left hand or just out to the side. Try not to strain your neck. And then release the left hand down. Now the left hand comes right underneath the face. The right hand comes to the right hip. And then press into the floor in order to twist open to the right. Right arm to the sky. Final inhale here. Exhale, hand down, hands to hips, bend your knees, roll the shoulders onto the back and rise up. Turn your heels in 45 degrees. Get your bum turned on here, give yourself a little squeeze, and then lower down. Deeply bent through both the knees. So in this pose, really feel your contact with the ground. Let your hips be heavy and your legs so strong. Float your arms up to the sky. Claw the air and drag your nails down. Elbows come right out to the sides here. A lot of demands being placed on the body. So come back to your breath. Lift your heart. So fierce. Lift your heels up off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, rise up. Turn your toes forward again. Heels or feet are parallel once again. Roll the shoulders back. You're going to clasp your hands but behind your back. Press through the feet. Soften those hip creases. Pull the hips back. Coming forward, hands clasped. Head comes to the ground and arms come back behind you. For you very bendy people, keep pulling your shoulder blades together on the back. Press through the feet. Rise up with an inhale. Undo the hands. Turn the left toes forward. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Back bend of your choice. Child's pose. Rise up. Walk your hands toward your knees. You're going to come to stand on your knees. Tuck your toes under. I want you to feel the front of your belly lift up and your tailbone reach down. The belly is strong. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze together onto the back. From here, I want you to lift your heart toward the ceiling. Arms stay heavy. The back of the neck stays long. Take your palms to face forward as you continue to squeeze shoulder blades. This is a variation of camel pose. If there's another variation you like where you actually grab hold of your heels, you can. Inhale to come back up. Tops of the feet down. Child's pose. Inhale, rise up. Walk your hands toward you. Let's take the legs out in front. Feet pressed down. Hands behind the thighs. Let's roll all the way down onto the back. Walk your feet closer to you so you can tickle the heels. Feet are hip distance apart. I want you to press your hands firmly down into the mat beside you. And with your next inhale, start to reach your tail away from you. And then lift your bum away from the mat. Hips reaching in line with the knees. We're using this pose to get some work happening through the glutes. A nice squeeze through your butt. Continue to feel your breath moving through you. And then slowly lower down. Let's do that again. Reach the tail away, getting nice and long, spacious through the lower back, and then lift up. This time, come up a little bit higher. Gently lower down. And then last time, inhale, lift your bum up away from the mat. Come up nice and high this time. You're going to walk the shoulder blades underneath the back and clasp your hands underneath you. Reach your knees forward, squeeze your bum. Try lifting your heels away from the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unclasp the hands, let the heels come down. Come all the way down, and then windshield wash the legs side to side. Draw your knees in toward your chest and give yourself a hug. Let the head really squeeze in. And then head down. Happy baby, knees apart. Grab hold of the ankles, widen through the feet. Gently rock yourself here. Take the soles of the feet back down to the ground. Reach your right leg to the sky. Bend through the right knee and come into a number 4 shape here. So the outside of my right ankle is resting on my left knee. Thread the needle by reaching through the hole and grab hold behind the left thigh. Let your body just rest here. And then come to the other side. Release the left foot, switch legs. Reach through the hole, grab hold of the right thigh and draw it in. Foot down, reach left leg to the sky. I'm going to hold behind the thighs. You're going to roll yourself up to seated. Take your legs straight out in front of you. Pull the flesh away from your butt. And then walk your fingertips toward your feet and just do a nice forward fold over the legs. This doesn't have to look fancy. You don't have to worry about your posture too much. Just let yourself hang here. You can let the feet roll out. You can bend the knees a little bit. Come into a shape where you can kind of just really let go. Take a final breath here. And then roll yourself all the way up. We're going to conclude the class with a short meditation. You can do this either in a seated posture or lying on your back in Shavasana. Shavasana sounds really nice, so that's my recommendation. So if you're not familiar with meditation, that's totally fine. We're really just going to take a few minutes to be with ourselves. You don't need to expect yourself to go to, amazing places in your mind. You don't need to expect your mind to be completely clear. It's not going to be any one thing. We're just going to sit here for 5 minutes or so to see what it feels like to be present, to create a little bit of compassion for ourselves. Every time our mind wanders or takes us to another place, we're going to gently, with love, allow ourselves to come back to the breath and into this moment. And we'll just see what happens. No right answers, okay? So let's find a comfortable position. Take a few moments. If you want some pillows, that's fine. And when you're ready, you are simply going to close your eyes. And settle in. Some people find they have an easier time of staying calm and seated, or I mean, at least present for the 5 minutes, by just anchoring their attention to one thing. So if you find that your mind is really wandering, then see if you can just follow the ups and downs of your breath for the next few minutes. And personally, I find in my body it's easier to secure my attention to one sensation in my body. So it might be the contact that my bum feels with the floor, or it might be the sensation of the breath on your top lip. You can find just one spot in your body that you keep coming back to. And if you don't want to do either of those things, then just enjoy the next few minutes. You're welcome to stay here as long as feels good, and to come back to these quiet times whenever you're feeling overwhelmed. If you're ready to move on with your day, take a deep inhale and reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale to relax. Thank you for joining me for class today, and I wish you and your families ease and open hearts through this strange time. Namaste.